Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New England Patriots and the Green Bay Packers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Now this defense for the Patriots, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
First reception for him, and remember, he leads the NFL in that category here in this first month. Also has a first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Allen Lazard just keeps improving season by season, and he's become a favorite of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. This year needs to be his biggest jump yet because the Packers need someone to step up and replace Devontae Adams. Looked a little bit like Adams on that catch, moving the sticks.
26.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll take this down to the 33. The Packers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Flushed out right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And can you believe this? It's recovered in the end zone by the defense. So after all that, it's not a touchdown. It's a turnover in the to the 20. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damian Harris. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. From the 39, Jones. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over in back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Jones. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Throwing, Jones. That swung out wide to Harris.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Harris running straight ahead. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Six nothing our score after 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. The Folks kick is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, trailing here in the first half still, but maybe, Charles, that'll help them get some momentum back. First, the forced fumble, and then they're able to get a field goal out of it.
And down in the game, they came out and created their own opportunity on one side of the ball and did get points out of it, as you mentioned. Complimentary football right there as they try and bring this one back to even.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he's got room. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down and 4. Jones, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
From the 24, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback Facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Devin McCourty picks it off.
And the Pats force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll start the drive with Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. On 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And again, it's Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Kenny Clark, that is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And some room to maneuver. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a two-possession game might become three. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's going to air one out, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers going to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part and got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones being chased out left. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a 1st down.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the 2nd half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick-6.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devontae Wyatt brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down, and that will force a turnover on downs. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You take in charge.
From the 31, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Pats are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They hand this off to Harris. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 70 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they will take a knee here. Now from the 9. Here's 2nd and goal. And they take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Packers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they